Mr. Chris tearing everything apart there.
Yeah, right.
We got the new propulsion unit, the aluminum propulsion unit here. This is it. All the new bells and whistles. Look at those nice little bags. They got the new bags going. Look at this. I'm impressed with the packaging material. You know, the remote, same remote, but it's in a nice little mesh bag, which is cool. Yeah, so this propulsion unit, typical aluminum propulsion unit, right? Comes in 3 distinct pieces. The kind of funny one that I'm looking at is this base plate here, or top plate. You know, the actual aluminum mast hooks into this top plate, you know, and that's what makes the connection to the foil. The thing about this one is the connection for the mast to this base plate is hidden underneath this rubber. And that's typically the part you have trouble with. Wouldn't you agree, Chris? For corrosion in salt water. So the fact that that's hidden is actually a good thing. If that was out, I think we'd see more. So hopefully did a good job with that joint, because this is a trouble spot, you know, typically with normal aluminum masts. You know, and having the hardware hidden, or maybe it's welded on, will hopefully circumvent that, right? The cables and the water line looks like it's the same as before. So piece 1 is this piece, which is fixed. Piece 2 is the actual mast. Piece 3 is going to be this adapter. So the adapter, it's similar to the Moses adapter we made years ago, right? With the countersunk shoulder bolts here on the end. Kind of pop that up. So this is actually a separate part, which is interesting, because if another brand, say like Axis, made an adapter like this, or someone else did, just CNC'd one out of aluminum, you could take this off and put it on your propulsion unit, which is awesome, actually. The way we've been doing it so far is we make a full-on extra fuselage. So, yep, 1, 2, and then the base plate makes 3. The actual motor here is the same, but the prop is a molded ABS now. And I can't really, you know, maybe you can tell the difference if I zoom in here. It's tough to tell. You know, Chris got it right away, but I couldn't really tell. So we're gonna hook this guy on and get a video of it on the unit. Get her out in the water. Yeah.
Not here.
No. So Chris just pulling out those shoulder bolts. We're gonna see what that mast cross section looks like. And we're thinking this is a good idea, but it may not be a good idea. So they have some blue Loctite on there, which is, you know,
yeah,
not a
good.
bad idea. Yeah.
Not bad.
Not a bad idea. We're gonna go ahead and just tear that right out. First thing, bolts off. Let's take this thing off. Ooh, keyed mast. Look at that.
Key mast.
So that is the end, and you can see there's a little keyed section that fits in the end of that there. Right? Yeah, and it's not. There it goes. Yeah, look at that. So that will be harder from a adapter standpoint for sure. Yeah. For sure. But so now we know. Putting this back together, and we just put some Real X on those bolts. I wouldn't recommend taking this apart. You know, we did it to kind of show you guys what's under there. It's a keyed fitting, which is the best way to do it.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
I don't know what I was expecting. So keyed fitting's awesome. Since we took it apart, we're just gonna coat those bolts with some Real X lubricant. You know, the galvanic corrosion issue with aluminum mass is a real thing. We'll see if it happens to this over time. Yep. It won't be in this video, but the next time we check in with everybody, I'll be able to tell you. Stainless steel bolts with an aluminum mast threads in a saltwater environment. It's kind of a recipe for disaster. So what you want to do, you know, is get a layer of something between those stainless steel threads and the aluminum. And that's what that blue Loctite and that Real X is going to do for us. V2 Surf 250, Chris is just putting her on there. So it threads in just like a normal, wing set, you know, on the carbon. It's nothing's different. Everything hooks up the same. You know, you won't notice a whole lot of difference there. The aluminum mast only comes in a 28-inch length, which is, you know, fine. It's the 32's most people's preference if they're going to be e-foilers. Kind of overall, the longer mast is always better. you know, but the 28 is going to be good for us in the school, and that's going to be good for anybody who's learning or just kind of getting into it. So we're going to get this out and run it and see how everything goes. Yes, Chris just putting the old, So Chris and I were just talking about it. Man, that propulsion unit does look good. You know, they did a great job. Lift always does a good job with
such a good job
with just, you know, fit and function, and then presentation, like that color. You know, some people are just really talented at that kind of stuff, picking colors and, you know, different things like that to look good, and they just nailed it. You know, they just nailed it. Just killer. So that's it installed. We got it all hooked up. So we'll spin the prop here a bit. Chris has got the, there it goes. Yeah, lay into that thing, man. Let's check it out. Oh, wow. Man, the frame rate, you can barely see it in the video. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's it. You know, pretty similar to the other one, just gonna be plastic, so less expensive. You know, it has the new pitch, you can tell. Same pitch as the, at least it looks like to me, same pitch as the LCS, because this shroud right here is much thicker, you know, width-wise from the old one. Head-to-head on those. This is the old, not the old, this is the carbon propulsion, the version 3, and this is that new aluminum propulsion housing. So, you know, the big change is on these props, you can't really tell here, but the pitch, this angle here relative to the shaft, and this angle here relative to the shaft is different, and that's why this is longer or wider. The new props, including the LCS and then this ABS version, is gonna have a steeper pitch. It's gonna give you more torque. Should end up with higher speeds overall. Not a huge, man, you can kind of see a pitch change if you look at it like that. Not a huge difference, but they're definitely going to that. So I think the guys who, you know, are riding them both a lot, this must be the preference for the future. So it's kind of cool. They took everybody into the future with the plastic prop, you know? So you're gonna be getting the new latest and greatest prop pitch on the aluminum setup. Hopefully you enjoyed the old video and helped you out with some of your questions on the new aluminum propulsion unit from Lift. We have all this stuff and more in stock. Give us a call or shoot us an email. Just check us out online to get into the sport of e-foiling.